What's going on? It's Justeeni here, and today I've got the second round of the Tournament of Champions, the Bullet Tournament. Bullet's going to be tiny dryland mirror match where the host skips the first turn. This is going to be a single elimination tournament. Sets are best of 5, so first to 3 wins. And this is round 2 against Reaper, who we might recognize. I have gotten some absolutely disgusting wins by just getting insane luck. Yeah, I kind of feel bad for him at this point, and he is seeking revenge in this set. He wants to absolutely obliterate me. So without further ado, let's just get right into things. We're starting with the Chinchi. I just go expand. What's really nice about the Chinchi is you get a lot of information, so it's easy to decipher where the opponent is, and I decide this is safe. I'm taking this. I'm getting mining because I've got a lot of animals. Hunting is also a consideration if you want to go to early archery, but I decide because I have good forge spots, I'm going mining, and I get a Star Ruin, which is phenomenal. Smithery looks amazing. I get an Explorer to see what's up, and it's going to go backwards. Really icky. But then I decide to do something really, really unconventional here. I get a second Explorer, and the reason why is because I'm hoping to reveal this lighthouse, and I might be able to reveal some information to see if I could snag this lighthouse as well. And I'm saying here that this 1 star per turn I give up is worth the information I get, and the lighthouses, and the chance of getting Eye of God. Now this Explorer also goes backwards, so both Explorers end up going terribly. I do meet the opponent though, and what I see, I don't even get either lighthouse, but look at what I see. This Explorer was the most important thing in this entire game because I see this level 5 forge spot if they border growth, which you'd better believe they are going to border growth and take that. Plus their second city, if they chop, also has a good forge spot. If I go Smithery here, they just get better forges, they get more giants, and they win the game. I went Explorers. My long-term eco is not there. I'm screwed if I go Smithery. So what am I supposed to do here? Just watch for a second. They get a pop ruins. As if things weren't bad enough. They can get the border growth without even getting Smithery. And they've got good, look at this, look at this. But I go Organization. I can get Smithery, get a giant. If I didn't have the information, that is exactly what I would do here. But because I see what's going on, I know that they're going to go Smithery with 100% certainty. They're not going to train very many units because they're just going to go straight into double, maybe even triple giant. And what am I supposed to do? What kind of counterplay do I have to that? Of course they're going to do that. I save all my stars, and maybe you guys can see where this is headed. They throw this giant straight in, and I get a resource rune, which is perfect. Because now I'm getting diplomacy. I didn't need the resource rune for that, by the way. I planned all this out in advance, so the resource rune is a nice icing on the cake. But I get this cloak, and I want to steal their money, taking Reaper's lunch money here. But I need the cloak to connect. I did some nice combat here, and I sacrifice this warrior to open up more space for another cloak. They chop everything to get more stars and to prevent archery from being devastating if they go for another cloak. And they don't need the force anyway. Like, they just got 3 giants on their capital. I don't think they need more forests. They don't need another giant. They'll just be overkill. They already have 4 giants. So I sneak back here because I can't connect. I sacrifice another warrior because I need to train a defender on my capital. And I send this here to possibly reach this city and have them all worried about that. Which they see it, but they can't do anything about it yet. In fact, they can't do... I'm going to be able to land 1 cloak, but if they play their cards right here, all they need to do is move like this. But remember, these are bullet games. You do not have a lot of time to think. You're only on a couple cities, not very many units on the map. You run out of time fast. And here, Reaper fell to the time pressure and forgot to move these units. And what is about to unfold is absolutely incredible. Staring down 4 giants and these insanely overleveled cities, I slam down 2 cloaks, steal all of their income for the turn, get hunting, upgrade this, and then get smithery. Now I've got 2 giants, I'm defended, and I've got 10 daggers on their cities. And Reaper's still under a lot of time pressure, has to scramble to defend. He's hanging on, but these daggers are going to pierce through these giants, absolutely eviscerating them. Also, remember I mentioned earlier, if I just send 1 dagger up here, I can get that. Just a sneaky little thing I can do. And I get another cloak as well, because under all this pressure, they are going to not be equipped to deal with another cloak. So naturally, I want another cloak. It seems logical to me. But they send this warrior here, which is actually really annoying. I siege their capital, denying income and forcing them to put their giant there so they can't make even more units. Place my Park of Fortune here, get another giant. Suddenly, it's 3 giants that are 4, and I still have 5 daggers left. I send the cloak here. They don't really know where it could be. Could be anywhere. They get another giant! 5 giants! This is insane. But this cloak here is gonna possibly reach if they don't block these 3 tiles, but they need to know the cloak is here. They have no idea where it is. It could be anywhere. They're also trying to get this lighthouse, potentially. I'm obviously not gonna let them do that, but they could get a cheeky Eye of God. But wait, they can't unsiege. They block the cloak. I can kill this giant though. Slowly whittling away at what they have. And I get another cloak. And I capture this. This is insane. They had a level 5 forge spot. And because I saw their forge spot, I knew that if I did not go cloaks, I would have lost. That explorer on the capital to give me the information, to get the cloaks, won me the game. And this is just the first game. Things get crazy. Let's cut to the next match. Alright, so this time, Keku. Keku on Dry Islands, baby. I'm hosting, so I skip turn 0. Then I just upgrade. I go for an explorer. This is not a good time to go explorer. This is just not a good explorer at all. I don't know why I actually did this. I mean, I know where they are now, but I'm kind of deprived of economy. And yeah, I get riding, kind of do. This is how you typically play the Keku matchup. I'm gonna make sure that they don't get that center city. And they get their second city, so I'm thinking, well, they could actually have a third city, unfortunately. I just can't do anything about that. They get their lighthouse nice and early. I get hunting, so I can upgrade this city as well. And I train a rider here. And then they just slam a bunch of roads down. They got a resource ruin. Very unfortunate. I lose the game very quickly. So it's 1-1, anyone's game. 2 more wins for either of us to win this set. I'll cut to the next match. All right, so now for this game, Empress, they're hosting. Reaper is very well known for being a very good Empress player, so not so good for me. And I decide to just workshop. But then, let's go here. What do you think Reaper did? Look at that score. It's pretty high. They went for an Explorer. Now, there are upsides and downsides of getting the Explorer. The downside, of course, is your eco is suffering a little bit, but the upside is you get really, really good information. If you meet the opponent early, you can even transition into an early riding. And I know that they have good information, which means basically any center city, there is 0 chance that I am getting it. It is not happening because they will just kick me right off. I see the city and I know I'm not keeping it. It's not happening. And I go for climbing here because, well, what else am I supposed to do? I am pop-capped. There's a mountain in the way. I meet them, and where's my village? Here's the thing. it can't be here because this empty tile. Empress villages must spawn with either a forest mound or some sort of resource around them. An empty field tile cannot have a village next to it with Empress, which means there can't be one here, and because of Drylands rules, there cannot be village here either. So there might be one here. This is the closest it can be. And I'm pretty far away from that, so I'm going to be awkwardly waddling around, because here's the thing, is Reaper has that information. If I ever lay my eyes off this village, he's going to instantly snatch it up, and then I lose the game, because he just has this village right next to my capital, and he probably has some other city as well. There can't be any up here, luckily, because of how this spawned. Can't have any villages within this radius here, so nothing is up here at all. It looks like there could be something. There is not. There is nothing there. Nothing can spawn there. And now I do see this village right there, and I see that they just got their village as well. And then they workshop here, so now their eco is doing quite well, despite their explorer start. And they already have riding. And they have a lot of riders. And they're still looking at the center city. They know as soon as they can just clear some units, they're taking that center village. That's that. I'm also worried about, they're just going to siege this next turn. And at this point, what I'm thinking about is the next game. I'm assuming, okay, well, this is going to be 1-2. I got to win the next 2 games in a row. So I just get riding roads. I try to play it out, you know, I got to make them earn the win, right? You know, just kind of, it's a little bit like stalling, but like, if I have something to play for, I do have something to play for. Of course, what I'm playing for at any given point is just ruins or something stupid happens and I somehow win the game. I'm able to connect though, and maybe I'm back in it. I get a ruin though. This is exactly what I'm looking for. The ruin, and I train a rider here and a warrior here. This looks a little weird, but I do this because I don't think he has roads. And I'm risking it all with this one, because if he does have roads, this really sucks for me. But I'm in a position where I kind of have to take a chance here. And also, like, another reason why rider here and warrior here, like, some practical benefits, is this helps deny this village. Whereas if I train rider and warrior, this warrior won't help deny this village. I'll actually have no way of denying it at all. And yeah, I will instantly lose the game if I just train a warrior here. And yeah, they can't step on it yet, but they're getting ready to. I can explore here, getting that lighthouse to upgrade my capital. Very, very important. And it's going to give me some nice vision. I see a ruin back here, and I get this lighthouse as well. Not bad. I don't get Eye of God. There just was not enough movements there. But I get some more warriors. Now I expect they do probably have roads. They've been saving a lot of stars. And sure enough, they do have roads. Look at that. And yeah, if I had trained a rider now, it would have been quite bad. And I cannot stop them from getting this, though. So it's going to be a 3-on-2. And also they have Eye of God, for sure. They can get this, no problem. I get a pop rune, though. That was my out. But is that going to mean anything? Look at all these farms they have. They're going to have no problem getting giants themselves. And they're just sieging. How do I unsiege this? I mean, I can barely unsiege. It's super unpleasant, but I can barely unsiege. I'm holding on. And I go for mining here. And the reason why I go mining, it's either mining or farming to get the giant. I go for mining because I'm thinking, well, maybe smithery and I can get a swords. I'm kind of thinking like, well, it's either I'm going for smithery or construction. And in retrospect, I think farming would have been better. The reason why is because I need to border growth this city to get a giant, and there's 2 farms here. So farming would have been better. This is a misplay. But I didn't really have a whole lot of time to consider all those things. Again, this is a bullet game. And look at that, they get the lighthouse. They definitely have this one. Guess who has Eye of God? They do. So they are up a monument. They are up a city. They have good resources for the giant. They still have some advantages, but they don't have the time to deal with this. Wait, what if I just siege? What are they going to do? Well, they get the giant there with farming, but I get a resource rune, which is perfect. And how do they unseat this? And I'm getting Eye of God myself. I get Gate of Power, pop another giant. Again, how do they deal with this? And the answer is they can't. They don't even bother to level it up. They're just saying take it. Now I get Eye of God, and I'm winning. I'm winning. I'm up a super unit. I'm up in cities. I've placed down Gate of Power. They're probably going to get it soon, but this is my game to win now. It was completely losing before. I can't even tell you like what happened. It just kind of like magic. I don't know. I was losing and then I wasn't. I get the border growth here. You know, I can get another giant. So we're still even in super units, but I'm just up in space, up in cities. They're kind of crammed in this little corner. And as long as I don't do anything really stupid under the time pressure, then I'm just good to go. And I'm just gonna win. I was already thinking before, like, oh yeah, they're gonna win this game, of course. And then I need to win 2 in a row, but now they need to win 2 in a row, but they get strategy. And when they get strategy, they're getting cloaks, so now I just need to be ready for that. But that's the only thing I really need to deal with. If I can deal with cloaks, I can deal with anything they throw at me. So I just make a bunch of units, and I'm trying to put my giants here. They can hit first, which deals a ton of damage. But the reason why I'm doing this is because I want to force these giants to trade. Because if they hit, then I also hit, and it takes a bunch of health down from both giants. But I've got more units, and I want to trade because if they make any cloaks, I want them to not be like all shielded with giants and then able to connect. If they don't have any giants, they can't properly defend their cloak. So I want to trade really bad. They don't want to trade at all. They're moving back, which is perfect for me. I offer another trade. Trade hits. Of course, they don't want to take it once again. I get construction, which is another reason why mining wasn't so good. Like, I didn't even like place this farm. Mining was just such a silly misplay. But yeah, I do this. I can't get the giant yet, so this is what I do. And yeah, they decline this trade, and instead they position like so to force this giant away. And then they get the cloak. And it's all nice and well defended. I can't reach it. Or can I? And then at this point, after a long 19 turns, I win. But that's not even the final game. That was like one of the craziest games I've ever played. And I was just 2-1. So now, on to the next game. Alright, so this time, Omaji, I am hosting, which is pretty nice actually. There is an interesting opening with Omaji when you're hosting in Bullet, because again, you have to skip turn 0. But what you can do is get a turn 1 Explorer if you happen to spawn close enough to a lighthouse, which I meet all the criteria here. I go for it. I meet the opponent right away, and if you meet the opponent right away, that means you can train another rider. And this is perfect. And the thing is, they don't know at all where I spawned. They don't actually know that this village is almost safe. It's not actually safe. Yes, they can move on to it and even capture it, but then I'll just knock them off immediately and block so then they can't unsiege. So this village is not safe, just ever. And yeah, I train the rider. They recognize it's unsafe, but unfortunately they do an even worse move. Again, they don't know where I am because they didn't go for early explorer because they can't, they're not hosting. And I just killed that rider and now I'm in a phenomenal spot. I'm just up a free unit and I'm gonna spam some more riders so they can't take the center. I get another explorer, it's funneled to go this way. So now I just have basically complete information and a lighthouse over there. So I can tell everything they're up to, and when I can see everything on the map, I can make plays that look really risky and really crazy, but I know that they're gonna work because, well, they can't punish it. The riders are back here. They have to play safe, and I get a road ruin, of course, just to rub salt in the wound. And I can just do whatever I want here as long as I don't do anything stupid. I have all the information I need. They're struggling to develop. Again, they have to play it safe because they don't know what I can do, but I know what they can do. And I'm just, like, we're even in cities, but I'm advancing quickly because they keep backing up. They keep playing it safe, and I keep advancing. They get their roads. They have to knock me off this village, but now all these riders are just going to get taken out. I just clear out their riders. I could go for like a siege, but it's not really worth it. They just kill all my riders and then kind of flip things around. Instead, I just guarantee this city is mine. I also have a vet sword here. And then I get a Paparoon, which is pretty nice. And if I get an Explorer, that's also good, but I just siege with a vet sword. And I win 3-1. Sorry, Reaper, I had to do it to you. He's now knocked out of the tournament. And I advance to the quarterfinals. So I hope you guys enjoyed. Like and sub. And have a good one.